Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another exciting edition of Power Pro Wrestling. I am DK Ressman, here to call the action tonight, alongside my broadcast colleague, Johnny Jet. Johnny, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing outstanding, DK, and I want to thank everyone for joining us on this exciting card, because we have a heck of a show planned for these wrestling fans this evening.
Absolutely. Tonight sees in the main event, Team USA, that is Jordan King and Karen Rose, going up against Team Canada, Heather Lexis and Holden Troy.
And what tremendous about that promises to be, DK.
Absolutely a positive match for the ages, I would say, as our production crew gets ready with the graphic for us to speak about this match with. And there it is. Here you see, of course, the rankings going forward. Jordan and Karen, Holden and Heather having similar degrees of success so far here in Power Pro.
They've been tremendous athletes and have had wonderful records thus far. Of course, they face wonderful opponents tonight in Team Canada and Team USA. But before that, folks, in our mid-match, we have El Hijo del Fenix taking on the German war machine Panzer, and Panzer is on a warpath, ladies and gentlemen. As you may recall from last week, Phoenix suffering something of a neck injury from that Panzer driver onto the steel chair. This promises to be an outstanding bout.
Absolutely, but before all that, we have Loba Blanca taking on Donna Reid in our opening action. Both these women coming in with quite a bit to prove, some disappointing results so far here in Power Pro, but I would say still strong performances from both these women as they look to bring their record back into what they were hoping for.
And here we see a bit of the tail of the tape, DK. Donna Reid, just a little bit younger than Loba Blanca. Both women about evenly matched height and weight wise. It's really where it's going to come down to is the style of the two. Donna Reid having that mixed martial arts experience. Loba Blanca, the lucha libre. Neither woman has really competed against someone with these styles before. It'll be an interesting contest, to say the least.
Absolutely. Donna Reid coming out with a lot of aggression in all the matches we've seen with her so far, but not showing the ring awareness we would hope for in her transition to pro wrestling. But of course, Loba Blanca, quite a bit of experience in that ring, but still showing those signs of ring rust as she makes her return.
It's that ring rust, DK. It's what's holding her back right now. Maybe she came back too early. I don't know what her training regime has been. You can probably speak more to that than I can. But I do know that Donna Reid has been training for all of these contests. But it's been quite a difficult transition for her from mixed martial arts, where you have weeks at a time to prepare for each bout, as opposed to professional wrestling, where she has been taking on challengers within rapid succession of each other.
Absolutely. Both of these women, I think, coming into this match, just a huge question mark as to what the result will be here. Both, of course, again, just disappointing results for both women coming into this match. Loba Blanca as well, dealing with that vicious attack last week. It just was very uncomfortable to watch at the time, I would have to say. We're still awaiting some word from the medical team over here. But obviously cleared to compete here tonight, but we're uncertain of her future status going forward. That, of course, was a knee injury, and you see Donna Reid just immediately going after that knee.
That's right, DK. Donna Reid just working on the knee of Loba Blanca here this evening. A little test of strength there. Hip toss from Loba Blanca. Donna Reid back to her feet. Oh, and those open hand strikes right to the face. Just kind of feeling each other out here. Loba Blanca seems to have that front chancery scouted.
Again, you know, Loba has to feel very tender after the attack we saw last week, and against an opponent as aggressive as Donna Reid, you don't want to have that kind of disadvantage coming into this match.
Absolutely not, DK, and you see there some of the judo on display from Donna Reid. Of course, Donna Reid, judo gold medalist in the Olympics. Armbar applied here. Knees to the face from Donna Reid, Loba Blanca to the mat. Both women back to their feet, front chancery. Another knee and an armbar applied now to Loba Blanca.
Donna Reid taking advantage of some strong fundamental moves here, I would say. Perhaps looking to recenter herself after those early losses.
Absolutely, some basic grappling from both women here, but sometimes the basics are the best. STF applied here, Loba Blanca with that face lock. Irish whip into the corner. Donna Reid shuts her down and applies that ankle lock, just twisting on the ankle. Ducks it. Ankle lock applied. Once again, twisting on the ankle of Loba Blanca, trying to take the woman down a peg. Oh, and a flying wheel kick sends Donna Reid to the mat. Loba Blanca pulling her into position for something. Armbar applied. Perhaps a bit too close to the ropes. Looks like serotonin is going to allow it to continue, however.
See Loba here taking advantage of some strong strikes and that armbar, just what we saw from Donna Reid in the opening moments of this contest.
Absolutely. Loba Blanca, of course, not a stranger to mat wrestling in her own right, but you have to wonder if the Lucha Libre style is going to be able to overcome the shoot wrestling style of Donna Reid. Big back body drop there. Wheel kick, Loba Blanca. Both of these women with just amazing strikes to the head there, just vicious looking attacks.
There's that aggression from Donna Reid, just so dangerous with those strikes.
That's right. Donna Reid looks like she has found that grappling is not going to be her forte against Loba Blanca, and she's decided to take her into a striking contest, which I have to imagine the luchadora is not going to be the superior woman in.
Absolutely, Donna Reid, again, just that aggression, that MMA background. You don't want to get into a striking contest with her.
Flying armbar applied. Sorry, takeover armbar by Donna Reid. Just trying to dislocate or hyperextend the arm of Loba Blanca. Octopus stretch applied there by Blanca. And there's a big brain buster, sends Donna Reid to the mat, but she's immediately back up a little bit dazed. Armbar. Just really working on the arm here is Donna Reid.
Absolutely. You saw her taking on Loba Blanca's knee and ankle in the early parts of this match, now focusing on the arm.
Oh, and there. Oh! I don't know if she's okay there, DK.
No, certainly not. We had heard some that Loba Blanca had been favoring that ankle after her attack last week, that vicious attack last week, and it seems that Donna Reid able to take advantage of that, and I don't know what to make of that. We'll need to get a replay. We may need to hear from the Team Mexico camp a bit later on. I'm afraid that may be dislocated there.
That definitely looked nasty. I'm not sure if that was the ankle or if that was the knee there, DK. You saw Loba Blanca rolling around. She was holding the knee at the end there. I'm not sure exactly where the damage was dealt.
Absolutely. Reid early on focusing on both the ankle and the knee in that match. Here we get a better look. Oh, I think you're right, Johnny. That does look like the knee.
Oh, and there's last week, of course. Vicious attacks. Loba Blanca just having a rough go of it here. We see a little bit of a slower play there, but got to say, I hate to say, but Loba Blanca she may not be able to compete next week.
For 2 decades, a monster has stalked the world of professional wrestling. Fighting out of the Black Forest in Germany, this insurmountable mammoth has humbled heroes, made martyrs of champions, and laid waste to all who stood in his path. I speak, of course, of the man called Panzer. However, in all his conquests, World Championship gold has somehow eluded him. Through Herculean effort, nefarious treachery, and everything in between, fate has conspired to deprive this masked behemoth of ultimate glory. In the squared circle, now in his 40s, the man called Panzer returns, hoping to change all that. And he'll be getting his chance here in Power Pro Wrestling.
There we see a look at the German war machine, Panzer. And of course, at the very end of that video, folks, you saw the dastardly actions of Panzer last week in that match with El Hijo del Fenix, driving the luchador onto his head and onto that steel chair, DK.
That's right. And against the already injured shoulder of Phoenix, that, again, we mentioned it earlier with Loba Blanca, just a difficult thing to watch at the conclusion of that match last week. Just absolutely vicious from Panzer, going after that injured shoulder. Really, I barely know what to say about this,
Trying
Johnny.
to hurt the man. He was trying to perhaps soften him up for this match this week, DK. Do you think that had anything to... Do you think that factored in to Panzer's assault last week?
Well, I think it certainly had to, regardless of how we feel about it, how we feel about how this will turn out as competition. You have to say it's certainly an effective strategy with Phoenix coming into this match as hurt as I know he is after speaking to the camp over in Team Mexico. But again, Phoenix and, of course, his partner in Team Mexico, Loba Blanca, just really working through those injuries, coming out here again week after week. I understand that the camp over in Team Mexico is calling this the Lucha Endurance Run, as, again, both Loba Blanca and Phoenix here, in particular with that shoulder injury, really work to show their fighting spirit here in Power Pro.
And it is an iron will that these luchadors have displayed thus far. Tremendous efforts to continue to compete with these mounting injuries. But when you see them coming up against individuals like Panzer, who certainly you wouldn't even think to need to to soften up an opponent for a follow-up match. When you see them competing against these individuals, you have to wonder, is heart, is will going to be enough? Is that fighting spirit going to be able to overcome these tremendous odds?
Well, you might wonder that, but there is no bringing down Phoenix here. He certainly will not back down from any fight, even against a competitor like Panzer, even with the injuries. As we see that big back body drop.
Panzer going forward again. Phoenix slips under his legs there. Phoenix actually overpowering Panzer, but you have to wonder, is Panzer just playing with him? Is he letting him think that he's got a little bit of an advantage or that he can compete on even terms here? Is Panzer just toying with El Hijo del Fenix? There's this big back body drop, lands him on the shoulders and neck there, doing untold damage.
Certainly does not look like a game to me, Johnny.
If it is a game, DK, I'd hate to play it. Big clubbing blows there. Phoenix on the mat.
Phoenix last week in that tag team match able to find some early success by taking advantage of his speed, but once he and his partner both started taking those big strikes, it's very difficult to come back from.
Absolutely, and so far we've just seen Panzer mauling El Hijo del Fenix in this bout.
That's right, and I think that strategy might be quite a bit more effective in a tag team situation. Does not seem to be working for Phoenix here.
It does not. Big headbutt there, sends the luchador to the ground, a whip into the ropes. Oh! Panzer trying to go to the ropes. It seems like he slipped there. Oh, you have to wonder about how intelligent this is on the part of Phoenix, trying to get into a strike exchange, trying to stand up and trade blows with Panzer.
Panzer a little worse for wear after that, but certainly Phoenix on the worse end of it.
And now he's trying to tear his mask off, DK.
Give up.
He's trying to rip the mask off of El Hijo del Fenix.
Absolute disrespect from Panzer here. No mercy, no sense of mercy at all from Panzer.
Just disgusting.
Give up. Give up.
Not enough to injure the man, but to attempt to humiliate him like this. The mask, of course, just sacred in the lucha tradition.
Absolutely. The mask is paramount to these luchadors, and you would think that as a fellow masked man, Panzer might have a modicum of respect, of a sense of dignity that the mask entails, but no, he seems to have no respect at all.
None whatsoever. That mask, of course, for Panzer, a tool of intimidation. I don't think there's any honor in that facade at all for him.
You may be right, DK. A cover in a 1, 2. Oh, so very close, but Phoenix able to kick out. Oh, that palm strike, open palm, sends Phoenix to the mat. And you have to think that Panzer could cover him at any time now. He could just take the win. But no, he's not satisfied with that. Phoenix fighting back with everything in him, reversing blows as he's able to, but Panzer just outclassing him, outweighing him, and outfighting him in this contest.
Phoenix able to create some separation here and there, but he's
not enough.
He's been so slowed down by all this offense he's taken. He cannot make any use of the one advantage he has over Panzer, which is speed.
Oh. And you have to wonder how much that speed has been diminished by those mounting injuries. This is the, I believe, 4th week that Phoenix has been competing. And we see that Panzer driver, a big body splash. And a cover 1, 2. That's got to be at 3. There it is. And the German War Machine steamrolls over El Hijo del Fenix.
A disappointing result, but after what we saw last week, I can't say I'm surprised.
Just disgusting, DK. Panzer, it was not enough for Panzer to win this match. It was not enough for him to win last week either. He had to humiliate, intimidate, and assault El Hijo del Fenix. This is about crushing this man.
Absolutely. I think you're right there, Johnny. I think we did see early in the match, though, a chance for Phoenix to essentially give up. We saw him make one kick out of what we thought at the time was an end, but
a very close call there.
Absolutely, but Phoenix not willing to give up. But again, just that overwhelming offense from Panzer, too much for the Luchador to take.
And now, of course, fans, we gear up for our main event. Team USA, Karen Rose and Jordan King taking on Team Canada. That's Heather Lexus and Holden Troy here in just a few moments. And this promises to be an outstanding bout in and of itself, DK.
Absolutely. I would say this is one for the ages as our main event here tonight.
Absolutely. Team Canada coming into this undefeated. Team USA also with a very good record in both singles and tag team competition. Heather Lexus looking tremendous in her last few bouts. Holden Troy having a little bit to prove, it seems like, but he may get his chance tonight against world-class athletes like Jordan King and Karen Rose. Karen Rose on a bit of a downslope right now after a tremendous opening bout. Jordan King, on the other hand, a tremendous athlete. Great
Johnny, I'm receiving a message now from the Team Mexico camp. Looks like an update on Loba Blanca's knee injury. It seems they're hopeful that this could be just a bad sprain, but at worst, they are looking at perhaps torn ligaments or some sort of tendon damage. Too early to tell so far. Looks like they're looking for an MRI scan to find out the exact extent of the injury. It seems Loba has promised to keep all her previous bookings. I have to wonder about the wisdom of that, and will be competing next week, but looks like they will be doing the smart thing after that and giving her some time to heal as they figure out the exact extent of the injury here.
And here we see a glimpse at that injury, Loba Blanca. We can zoom in a little bit there. Loba just holding on to her knee and rolling in agony after that knee bar. DK, it was unpleasant to watch at the time, and it has not become any less so now in light of this update. But
certainly not. We knew Loba Blanca was favoring that knee after the match against Team Germany last week, but Donna Reid really just making something of that injury.
And that doesn't surprise me as we gear up for our main event here this evening. Team USA has already made their way to the ring. Now we see the entrance for Team Canada. Here is Heather Lexus making her way down to the ring at this time.
Gotta be honest with you, Johnny, after all the violence, the vicious attacks we've seen here tonight, I'm looking forward to what promises to be a good, clean wrestling match.
Well, I don't know if I would say anything with Karen Rose involved is necessarily going to be a clean affair, DK, but it certainly promises to be something a little more sportsmanly than what we have seen thus far. Of course, you can't necessarily blame Donna Reid for what's happened to Loba Blanca. These things happen. But then, on the other hand, you have Panzer, who is just a vicious, and I'm not going to be coy about it, a monster who has just assaulted, offended, and tried to injure everyone who's come in contact with him throughout this entire tournament. But here we have much more professional athletes. Jordan King, of course, an accomplished professional wrestler in his own right, and Holden Troy, a tremendous athlete as well. Troy cutting off half. He's actually quartering the ring here, keeping Jordan King in Team Canada's corner there. King trying to fight out. Going for that spear early there. Holden Troy easily able to dodge it, offers a handshake, but Holden Troy gets no response. Pins King to the mat. Guillotine choke applied by the Canadian. Tag to Karen Rose, going for some double team action. You know, DK, we have seen from Jordan King and Karen Rose a very little, good cutter there, very little actually teamwork from these two, who have been focused on their progression as single stars, despite their teaming up here in this competition.
That's right. Of course, the greatest prize here in Power Pro, a singles championship, the Golden Crown. But these tag team matches just as valuable, especially as these competitors are able to scout one another, learn each other's strengths and weaknesses, and really try to bring it together here as partnered competitors.
Every win, of course, in the tag team bracket also can propel you toward the Golden Crown. Based on a point system, every person who wins a match in the tag team division also gets points counted towards them in the singles contests. So it really can make or break you as a single star by winning these tag team matches.
That's right, but again, such a...
It seems like our official has taken a bit of a spill there. I'm not entirely sure what happened there. He seemed to be entangled with Heather Lexus for a moment there, and he seems to be in some kind of pain. Not entirely sure what occurred there, but...
No, certainly not.
He's back to his feet now, but...
It's like a cut over the eye there.
It seems that way. I'm not entirely sure where that would have come from, DK.
Hopefully that does not have an effect on the remainder of this match.
We can only hope. Honestly, I've never seen an official injured in such a way before. Running knee strike there by Heather Lexus. Step up Enziguri there, and a dragon sleeper applied. Just wrenching the upper body of Karen Rose. Karen Rose retreating to her corner, going for a tag, but unable to. Gets the tag now, and just starts slamming Heather Lexus's head into the turnbuckle.
Have to wonder, an attack like that, if Karen Rose thinks the referee is still out.
You have to wonder, DK. Referee, of course, allowing it to continue. Which makes me wonder if the referee has some kind of vendetta against Heather Lexus for whatever occurred there when they were entangled. Irish whip reversal there. Holden Troy trying to grab Jordan King. Jordan King with the knee, and now these palm strikes. Troy able to protect himself. I don't think he got all of the damage dealt by those strikes. Big scoop slam there. Sorry, that's a sidewalk slam. Irish whip into the ropes, and a big lariat sends both men to the mat. Goes for that drop kick. Holden Troy savvily avoids it. We're seeing some mirror action here from Team USA, it seems like, as Jordan King goes to the top rope and a knee drop misses.
Jordan King, it feels like starting to build some momentum, but every time he really starts to bring it all together, I think Holden Troy able to make just a perfectly timed dodge or reversal to create some separation, prevent Jordan King from gaining that momentum.
Canadian Maple Leaf applied here by the ring general Holden Troy. King able to reverse out of it. Whip into the corner, or into the ropes rather. Big lariat one more time, sends both men to the mat. King back to his feet, rolls him up, and a cover 1, 2, and no 2 count. Alexis able to break up the fall there. Big scoop body slam by the Canadian.
Jordan King says no to the attempted double team.
King just going for these desperation covers, it seems like, any chance he gets. Dragon screw.
Well, you call them desperation covers, Johnny, but every time an opponent is forced to kick out, that's a little more energy expended.
That's
worth
very
attempting
true.
it every single time.
Very true, DK, but you have to wonder, is this the smartest move? No, King seems to think not, as if he heard me there for a moment. Pulling King into the middle of the ring there. Big belly-to-belly suplex there. Tie up, pinning his opponent down to the mat. Rolling neck lock there. Too close to the ropes though. The referee forces the break. King going for that kneeling pile driver. But not going for the cover, going for a tag there. Tags in Karen Rose. Karen Rose now pursuing Holden Troy back to his feet. A tag out to Heather Lexis, and all 4 people are in the ring.
I think a smart move for Jordan King to attempt to get out of this situation, but of course Troy, after that big pile driver, able to get out as well.
And that did untold damage to the neck of Holden Troy, which of course forced his retreat.
Absolutely. Now we see the 2 relatively fresher competitors.
Tie up, big scoop body slam, high angle body slam there by Karen Rose. A splash. But Troy trying to kick, Troy in and breaks it up.
I have to say, Johnny, it feels like our referee is a little slow after that spill.
It would certainly seem that way, DK. He's not responding as quickly as you might anticipate or as you might hope for from an official. I don't know exactly what the details of that incident were, but they seem to have certainly done some damage to our referee. Lexis throwing Rose outside the ring now. We see, this is incredible, DK. Lexis Plex and the Maple Leaf applied at the same time there as Team Canada just tries to run rampant over Team USA. Karen Rose has a chair now, and she's going right after Heather Lexis with the chair, a swing and a miss. She has her in perfect position here. The chair. Watch what she's going to do here, DK. Oh my God. Oh God.
Oh!
That brainbuster onto the turnbuckle.
And then directly back onto the chair. I thought when Karen Rose was... Oh my God.
So much for a sporting contest, DK.
Absolutely. Even with Karen Rose's reputation, I was not expecting this.
And Heather Lexis, the heart of Heather Lexis fighting back here. But is it going to be enough? Into the ropes. And a big body press there. Heather Lexis going for that Lexis Plex. Lexis Plex. Lexis Plex on Karen Rose. moonsault. A cover. Referee getting into position. 1, 2. King able to kick Heather Lexus off of the partner. And a chop exchange now. Karen Rose and Heather Lexus. Rolling lariat sends Karen Rose to the mat. Heather Lexus going to the top rope. And she's flying. Elbow drop! But far too close to the ropes there. Heather Lexus is on unsteady feet here and a reverse bulldog. But Lexus keeps fighting back. Jawbreaker by Heather Lexus, just desperately trying to fight her way back to her corner. She gets the tag to Holden Troy. Holden Troy in the ring now. Team Canada versus Jordan King.
Jordan King seemingly an expert in escaping those double team situations.
Absolutely, DK. And now, let's see if he can escape this one, though. Ooh, a dragon screw from the top rope. Big enziguri there. Jordan King rolling up into a small package, very close to enemy territory there. Team USA putting on a clinic right here. Very close to a call. Very close to a call.
Of course, that chair still in there, still a dangerous bit of ground for both teams there.
And you have to wonder, DK, why is the official, why is the ring crew not moving the chair out of the ring?
Well, Johnny, this is a question I've had for some time now that I still do not have an answer for.
I have to wonder if the referee is perhaps... Well, no, I thought he was going to remove the chair for a moment there, but I have to wonder if the referee is his judgment may be compromised here from the obvious head injury that he seems to have suffered early on. A German suplex to cover. 1, 2. We'll see if this counts. A 3 count.
Oh my!
What a tremendous bout there, DK, between Team USA and Team Canada. A nail biter, to be sure.
Absolutely, right down to the very last second. I did not know where that one was going. Of course, Holden Troy, Heather Lexus coming up with the victory. Holden Troy in particular looking absolutely incredible coming out of that match.
Absolutely incredible. I think every single member of both teams looked great in this bout, DK.
Absolutely, but again, Team Canada coming up with the ultimate victory and just an incredible matchup right down to that.
Right down to the wire. Right
absolutely.
Down to the wire. I could not have predicted this one. Experts in the field couldn't have possibly predicted how this match was going to go. Holden Troy, of course, getting a big win over Jordan King here. You have to wonder if he could repeat it in singles competition, though. They're in different brackets, but I have to wonder what would a Holden Troy Jordan King match look like.
Don't even get me started, Johnny. That would be, again, one for the ages.
And now, folks, we're going to show you a few highlights from this evening. We've had just an outstanding night here on Power Pro Wrestling. A lot of very upsetting moments as well, but as we take you back here now to our opening contest between Loba Blanca and Donna Reid, this one looked great on paper, DK, and it promised to be a great contest. But unfortunately, there were certain unfortunate things that occurred toward the end of the bout.
That's right, but you can't take anything away from either competitor here, I don't believe. Donna Reid, that submission background of hers, that strength, just too much for Loba Blanca's already hurt knee to take.
Absolutely. And of course, Donna Reid, I believe that she has made a statement. She is not just a star in her previous sport, but she can potentially be a great star in this one as well. Win over Loba Blanca. Nothing to sneeze at, DK.
Absolutely not. Oh, Johnny, do we have to watch this one again?
Unfortunately so, DK. It's part of the package. Here we see fans, Panzer manhandling El Hijo del Fenix as he did throughout their contest in the middle of this program. There you see the Panzer driver and the big body splash that unfortunately ended this match just with a devastating, dominant victory for Panzer over the luchador.
You know, Phoenix, that never say die attitude, that fighting spirit, but I have to wonder how much is left in him, how willing our medical team, our officials will be to allow Phoenix to continue competing going forward.
That is the question, DK. I'm honestly not sure. We'll have to keep fans updated on that as it progresses, of course. And then our main event, Team USA versus Team Canada, was a outstanding bout. I'm thinking of Team Mexico there because of the tragic endings to both of their matches this evening. There we see the strange occurrence with the referee and Heather Lexus in this bout.
Absolutely. You have to hope that whatever was going on with our referee this evening did not truly affect the outcome of this match, but perhaps for the losing team here tonight, that might seem like a bit of an asterisk.
You would think so, DK, but at the same time, it was Heather Lexus who was involved in that strange altercation there, and in the end, her team walked away with the win.
Absolutely, and even with whatever confusion that was, there's still an outstanding matchup between these two teams.
An absolutely outstanding matchup. Both Jordan King and Holden Troy really brought everything they had, as did Heather Lexus and Karen Rose. I don't want to take anything away from them. Just an outstanding bout, and Team Canada continues to be undefeated here in Power Pro Wrestling.
Absolutely, a very impressive record going forward. Again, Johnny, you brought it up earlier. We have to wonder how a singles match between Jordan King and Holden Troy would go.
I imagine that bout would be a classic for the ages, DK. Honestly, I wouldn't be opposed to seeing a Karen Rose Heather Lexus bout either, though, especially after that brainbuster onto the turnbuckle there.
Just an absolutely outstanding matchup. Both teams putting on an incredible display right down to the wire. Nobody willing to give an inch until the very last moment.
It was a fantastic bout and a fantastic night, DK. And of course, fans, we have another fantastic bout coming up next week on this very program in the main event. Holden Troy back in action, taking on Brooke Power of Team Europe.
Brooke Power looking to continue that path of destruction she has brought through Power Pro so far. Should be one heck of a matchup for us next week.
We have to wonder, can Holden Troy maintain the momentum he's built here this evening? And I think we'll find out next week, DK.
Absolutely, Johnny. Should be, again, just another incredible night of action here on Power Pro Wrestling.
And we want to thank you fans for joining us this evening. And we'll see you again next week here on Power Pro Wrestling.
But seriously, do you think that ref is okay?
It's unclear, DK.